Hey guys, we are live. Welcome to another edition of Trading Bitcoin with your host Tone Vase. I was just sitting on the couch, messing around with my apps, and I'm like, you know what I don't have on my phone? I don't have a Bitcoin widget, like just shows me the price of Bitcoin on my screen. So I add one, and it's like telling me that Bitcoin is over $4,000. And the last time I looked at it, like an hour and a half ago, it was down to like 3,800. And I'm like, oh boy, let's see what's going on. I walked over to my computer and I'm like, well, what's the point of me looking at it on my own? I might as well take 5 minutes, set up a live stream, and here we go. So let's take a quick look at Bitcoin. I have not seen it. And let me adjust. Perfect. And now I can adjust this and this. You know, I decided to do this stream about 5 minutes ago. I texted the link to Tyler, Leah. If they're free, they'll jump on, but I'm sure they have lives. I think I'm going out tonight myself. It's Saturday. It's getting close to going out time. I gotta take this out on the town, Man, I gotta shave my head again soon. It's starting to grow too much. It's like a weed. All right, let's do this. Screen share. Unconfiscatable. Let's see what's going on. We're gonna add 10 seats. Christmas Day. Okay. All right. Maybe we'll add it Monday. We'll do it the day before Christmas Day. Let me give you. We'll do it Monday. We're gonna add 10 more seats on Monday. Maybe even tomorrow. So those that have been wanting to register for the poker game, we'll add 10 more seats for you. Oh yeah, Willie's still on here. We gotta replace Willie. Unfortunately, Willie won't be joining us. I gotta get him on my podcast though, since he's not gonna be there. We'll find the replacement. Don't worry. All right. Tickets. 36 tickets left. People are buying some tickets. 36 tickets left at this price, and then price might rise. So that's on you guys. All right. My workshops, I got to restructure this. My 2 workshops, I will do London. I'm going to be in London in February. It's going to get added to the schedule. Keep that in mind. Might even do Paris. We'll see. Okay. We might add a couple here. But I'm also going to the webinar model. I got to think about that, how I'm going to do that. Monthly chart. This is going to update in a few hours. This is still a reversal candle. Even at the $3,800 price, this is a monthly reversal candle. It is close enough to the moving average. This is a reversal candle. I am still looking for a rebound to the $5,000 area based on monthly prices. Nothing has changed based on a monthly scale. The weekly scale, yep, you can see the pop right there, back to 39.50. It was a little bit higher a few minutes ago. This still looks good for the week. We still have another day and a half to go, or maybe a day to go. Let's see how this closes. The smaller the shadow at the top of the candle, you know what, let me check my audio settings. Microphone's good. Good. Okay. The smaller the shadow at the top of the candle when the candle ends, the more bullish the candle is. So keep that in mind. That's a good thing. The daily chart still looks legit. It still looks like an uptrend. We had one bad day being yesterday, and today we have either 20 minutes to go. Actually, I know how many minutes we have. We have 20 minutes to go. Stupid daylight savings time or standard time. Who the hell knows anymore? Now, here's the bad news. The bad news is the CMF is a disaster. This is not what you want your CMF to look like. This rally is a false rally, but I hope that this false rally will get us up to $5,000. The moving average will have something to say about it, and so does the setup trend line. Is it possible this rally has ended? I watched Tyler Jenks had an awesome video yesterday, Tyler and Leah over on the Hyperwave channel. I watched it today as I was driving around doing my errands. It is Saturday. He thinks the rally might be over. I don't. I still have some hope. To me, as long as we stay above this green line, we're okay. We need to stay above 36.50, basically. I can adjust this line to be a little more perfect. I would lower this line down to about 36.50. This is where my line would be, okay? There's no reason to have it green. I should probably make it blue, and it doesn't need to be that thick. Okay, there it is, okay? As long as we're above this line, I'm bullish. Now, technically speaking, I can even lower that actually because it was at 3,600 flat. That's when the green 2 went above a green 1 based on sequential. So technically speaking, if you are a trader of the sequential system, you entered your bullish trade on a green 2 above a green 1. So as long as you stay above the blue line, this is a positive trade that's making you money. All right, I see some tipped questions coming in. I guess maybe if I open like Notepad. Oh, that's not Notepad. Maybe if I open Notepad, I can just copy them over, and maybe if I have time to glance at them. I did want to keep this short, you know, for people. But thank you, King Nick, for your tip donations. Stupid Notepad. It makes it, it doesn't, shit. I should have opened up Word. Anyway, I can always make it full screen and stuff. Like, it doesn't like wrap text, which is annoying. Oh, word wrap. That was a feature. Got it. I'm an Excel and Microsoft Paint expert. Notepad, not exactly, but I'm learning. All right. So technically speaking, if you are a trader of the sequential system and you understand the sequential system, that was your long play. As long as you're above this line, you have a winning trade. You can choose to take your profits anytime you like. For me, my stop loss would have already been hit. Probably somewhere in the vicinity of 38.50-ish. Okay, let's move on. Yeah, if I see another tip question come through, I'll paste it into Notepad and I'll read it out in a few minutes. The 12-hour chart continues to be really, really good with the sequential system, like really good. And there it is, right? There's your 9. This also makes total sense. If you go back to my last couple of videos, I'm sure I would have said, hey, watch this 12-hour 9, look for a 1 to 4 candle correction, and then more upside. Now, the reason I'm only looking for a 1 to 4 candle correction and then more upside is because of the daily chart still has room to the upside. It has not even touched its setup trend line. The moving average is even further above it. We have room to the upside on a daily. So I only expected a 1 to 4 candle correction on the 12-hour. It looks like this correction has ended. And all we now need is a price flip to a green 1. Probably next candle will do that. If not, definitely the candle after. And the next candle is going to start in 15 minutes. Maybe I'll still be with you. Adrian, thank you for another tip. I have not read the question, but I am copying and pasting into Notepad. I'll read it out later. So look for a price flip, but it looks like the correction is over. If we can break the setup trend line, looking at the 12-hour chart, where do we have the next level of resistance? We actually don't. If you look at the 12-hour chart, I should probably open Consensio. I like the word Consensio. Oh, it's not the triple moving average one. Interesting. It's not the forecast one. I don't know why. Let's get the forecast in there. Oh, let's also give it some more room. What's this? Bookmarks. Uncheck those. Give it some more room. Yeah, the forecast. Hold on. Indicators, favorites, triple MA forecast. Oh, that's much better. Now I want to. Yeah, I don't normally look at moving averages on a 12-hour chart. Um, Let me adjust these. I'm going to stick to the same as I do with the daily, the 20, the 50, and the 200. Yeah, looks great. So we have no resistance at all. I don't see any resistance unless we throw Fibonacci's on here. I really don't see much resistance on the 12-hour chart. The CMF also looks much better. RSI looks good. MACD looks good. Everything looks great. So the 12-hour still looks bullish. You know, we're going to have a golden cross coming up in a day and a half, and could help support the price. The 12-hour looks great. The 12-hour looks somewhat bullish. I still want to see it go back over 4,100. And if it does, then we're good to go. So that still gives me some hope. The 4-hour, you know, we had a nice CMF. The CMF is about to go back into the green. We had another bullish crossover. The price was in the vicinity of the crossover. And that is a buying opportunity, those that attended my workshop. And we do have a green 2 above a green 1 based on a 4-hour scale. So based on a 4-hour scale, you do have a bullish entry into a trade based on a 4-hour chart. That took place, you know, about less than an hour ago, right there, whenever it popped. You won green 2 above a green 1 for a bullish trade. That looks great. And right now we're at 39.68. We hit a high of over 4,000. That's when I happened to glance at the price, and now we're here. This is taking place in the current hour. This is hour number 8. So next hour, there should be a short-term top. Again, we have 12 more minutes. Let's see how this candle closes. If the shadow, the smaller the shadow, the more bullish the candle. The smaller the upper shadow, the more bullish the candle. And we're over 1,000 live viewers, guys. That's great. So bullish, again, like I said the other day. Oh, thank you for another tip, Frank. Let me copy that right into Notepad. I'll try and take a look. It's great when I'm working with like a giant monitor. I know you guys can't see the monitor, but I can. The bullish leverage trades have collapsed. That opened up the possibility for more upside. The leveraged shorts have not deleveraged, and that left the possibility of a short squeeze on the table. That's why I remained bullish in this environment over the last 24 hours. This I'm not going to talk about today. Let's skip it. GBTC, it's the weekend. Let's ignore that. Ethereum is up even more than Bitcoin. Ethereum has price flipped. This continues to tell me that this is a dead cat bounce and not a legitimate bullish rally. One more thing I want to say. I guess we should go over to Twitter. The thing is, I get so many notifications that I saw something on Twitter. Great watch, by the way. I have one of these. It's not blue, but I have one. And it's really cool. Mine is black and gold. Man, I wanted to point something out. Good job, Bitstein. Man. See, I wish I knew people's Twitter accounts. Like their names. Hold on a second. Let me check my phone real quick. Because I saw it on my phone. I want to just point something out. I don't remember if I was notified in it or not. Oh, somebody wants me to look at Tesla. Sure. Let me make a note. Thanks, Jazz. Man, I should have prepared for this earlier. Hold on, let me do a search real quick. No, I don't follow the account. I'm pretty sure it's one of my consulting clients. Oh, here it is. Found it. Found the tweet. Yeah, but now what? I think I have to scroll down further. How do I guess I can kind of text it to myself, but oh, I can look for the account. That's not a better idea. Boom. Here. Okay, so I see this. I've been seeing this quite a lot. So people continue to draw comparisons to the current drop to the drop that took place in January. I disagree. Okay, I don't know how many people were there to watch this big drop in January of 2015. I was actually on an airplane. It really sucked. I was going to some conference. I forgot what it was. And I don't see it this way, right? Like for me, I kind of want to do a screenshot of this, right? So if I do, oh, it doesn't matter because I'm not sharing. So I wouldn't draw this line this way, right? Because look how many points touch this blue line. And this is the big misconception, right? Look, you have 1, 2, almost 3. Let's call this 2.5, 3.5, 4.5, 5, 6, and then on the 7th, you broke. That's not what's happening here, right? You have 1, 2, and on the 3rd, you broke. Those are not the same. I would draw this line over here so that you have 1 point, 2 points, 3 points with an anomaly of a drop a little bit lower, but that's a full 3. That's a full 4. That would be like a half. So that's now at least that's 4.5 points, right? And then it broke on the 5.5. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, pretty much 5, and then on the 6th try it broke, and here it broke on the 7th try. That this is why I continue to believe that this fall is not this fall. And the reason why I'm using this chart is because it's clean. It's clean and it's easy to compare. I still believe that the current fall, even though it looks big and it looks similar by percentage, this is also similar by percentage, right? Because if I take this line and I take it across, that's approximately $500, maybe even $550. And the bottom over here was under 400. Like it's not exactly 48%, but it was a big drop. It was a big drop. And if you, I don't think it's the same. I think the current drop is closer to the drop that took place in October than the drop that took place in January. That's just me, okay? This also makes sense from, by the way, I did check out the work by Must Stop Murad, and it's pretty good. I listened to that interview of his. I tweeted it out. And so I don't know if he's the one that made this chart, but I saw this chart a while back and I liked it. I don't know if he made it or who made it. I don't remember now. But this also makes sense because if you look at this chart, each of the bear markets and the subsequent rally has taken a longer time to develop. So it makes absolute sense that the capitulation does not come earlier than January because the current cycle of bear market and the subsequent bull market that's going to come eventually I would also expect it to take a longer period of time to achieve. And that's why the final capitulation taking place this year doesn't make sense. I think it's going to happen in like March or April. I I just personally don't see. I could be wrong, but hey, that's how I see it. Now he also has, the end of the bear market around the halving, and that also makes sense. And remember, with the big drop in difficulty, the halving might actually get pushed back. The halving probably will not come in May. The halving might actually come. The last halving came in July. I remember that clearly. It came around July 8th or July 7th or something like that. It came around that time. I think with the drop in difficulty, this halving might actually get pushed back, not to May 2020 as originally expected, but this could be after July. So the halving doesn't have to be here. The halving could actually be on this side of the white space, not on that side. I mean, if the difficulty keeps dropping, the halving could be pushed back as far as October, which again makes perfect sense because the halving is supposed to help boost the prices up. But if the halving is delayed by 6 months because of the drop in difficulty, then that extends the bear market, or it extends the bear market from the FOMO perspective of people buying into the bull market based on the halving. Okay, so keep all of that in mind as well. Okay, all right, let's get back to the charts. So traditional markets, wow, this is bad. So I remain bearish at this point. You guys know exactly when I turned bearish, when we couldn't hold the blue line. Once we couldn't hold the blue line, I became bearish. That was the clean short. For those that paid attention, that's why that blue line is there. It was also a red 2 going below a red 1 on a weekly scale. I did not think we would get to the bottom of the purple channel this quickly, but we did. Let's see how the market opens Monday. But I am a bear going into the market on Monday, but it's probably too late to short it on Monday. We can certainly have a dead cat bounce because we got an infinite amount of headroom to maintain the sequential count to a red 9 on a weekly and go up like 1,000 points. Not literally, but like 200-300 points. Maybe not 300, but 200 for sure. All right. Yeah, that's just the S&P. You see, the S&P on the weekly is going to get to a 9 much sooner than the futures will. So be very conscious of that. So only 3 more weeks of downside. Oh, I'm sorry. This is daily. Only 3 more days of downside on the daily S&P based on sequential. Then a 1 to 4 candle correction to the upside. It could be substantial. Could take you all the way back to 2,500 to hit the moving average. And then I would expect more downside into the countdown phase. Hey, we got one more question. I'm about to do Q&A right after I look at Tesla. And then I'll take a look at your Q&A, guys. Thank you for your tips, by the way. Much appreciated. All right. Oil, very bearish. I'm expecting it to go sub 20 at this point. Sub 30 at this point. Let's not get too hasty here. Gold is in a bullish posture, got rejected by the moving average. Again, I really should have the forecast moving average. I'm not sure why I don't. Let's get that up there. Triple moving average forecast. This is a weekly scale, so I will leave the defaults. That's not it. It's not the one that I wanted. I want the forecast. I will leave the defaults of 730 and 50. Nice golden cross here. Rejection there. Let's see it consolidate, and then I still think it's going to struggle breaking the trend line and the setup trend line. Maybe you'll get a 9, and then it'll be a reversal. I'm still not a believer in gold. This is my indices. That's not what I want. And this is US stocks. That's what I do want. Facebook turned out to be a disaster. Oh, I got one more question. Thank you, Constantine. Man, I got a lot of questions. There goes the 15-minute video. All right, I'm just going to look at Tesla. I'm not going to look at anything else. Let me open up US stocks, Tesla, and let's look at Tesla. So the CMF is no good. Tesla is being held by the moving average, which is completely flat. This is the 200-day moving average. Tesla is on a 5 of 9. It remains bearish. So I am a bear. Tesla beautifully tops on the sequential 13 that followed a 9. Wall Street loves the sequential, loves the countdown phase. I not so much. And like wait for the moving average to break. This could have a little bit of a bounce here, but I am a bear of Tesla. Now the short of Tesla is probably not ideal at the moment. I am bearish Tesla. I would look for that 9 on Tesla and then look for a rebound. So there it is. Okay, let's go through your questions. So Tesla I can delete. All right. Tone, what do you think of the fact we dipped right at the weekly 200 EMA around 41.72 on Bitstamp? Looks like we may bounce between the 200 SMA and EMA. All right, guys, I'm not a fan of, I mean, I don't care if you use EMAs or SMAs. It's whatever floats your boat. But I'm not a fan of using both SMA and EMA on the same chart. That I don't like, okay? So did you give me a time period? Weekly 200 EMA. So if I go to my weekly chart of Bitcoin, and I have the EMA, I have the EMAs. Let me see if I can convert that to EMA. Can I or can't I? I can't. So I don't know where the 200 EMAs. Well, we bounced off of the 200 MA. I now need to go and find the EMA. Moving average exponential. I can put it up there for a minute and I can set it to 200. Oh yeah, there it is. Yeah, we got rejected by the 200 EMA. I didn't realize they would be that far apart. You know what? But the week isn't over yet, right? The week isn't over yet. We still have another day to go, and we still have next week, right? So you can't. So it's too early to say if it actually got rejected. It got rejected intra-week, but on a weekly scale, that doesn't matter all that much. I don't believe it will get squeezed. Either we're going to break out in the next 1 or 2 weeks, or we're going to get rejected. Like, I just don't see us consolidating here as these moving averages come together. I don't see it, but then again, I've never done this before, right? I've never looked at the price, because in traditional markets, the EMA and the SMA of the same parameter are never this far apart. Like, I've never seen an SMA and an EMA, 25% apart. Like I've never seen that before in my life. So I have no idea how to read that. I've never had to read it before. It's possible, anything's possible, but I really think that's unprecedented. I can't remember, I never in my life have I ever seen such a disparity percentage-wise between an SMA and an EMA of the same number. My audio is messed up. It's not syncing. Can someone confirm that my audio is messed up? I can try changing the mic and then changing it back. Audio's fine. Come on, guys. Oh, I got one more tip. Thank you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. I got it. Stop typing, guys. Jesus. Thank you, though. Try to get a person's question. The chat's moving too fast. All right. Thank you, Ronaldo. Okay, let's move on. My answer is I don't know. Let's move on. If a crash in the stock market causes bank failures and bail-ins of bank deposit, would you see the scenario as bullish for Bitcoin? Hell yes. This shaved look is great. Thank you. Thanks for the Atlanta workshop. No, thank you for attending. And thank you for your donation. All right, Tone, can you look at SPXU? It's a 3x short. No, don't ever use those. No. Tyler, Jenks, and I disagree on this, I think. Don't. Okay, I have to do like a whole video. Like, this is what the webinars are going to be for. I mean, I can spend a whole hour talking about the 3x ETFs. I mean, I can open SPXU, but if it's 3 SPXU. Pro shares, ultra, pro, short, S&P. Is this the triple leveraged one, or is this the no leveraged one? If it's a no leveraged one, then it's fine. Then go for it. If it's a non-leveraged, yes. But if it's a 3x, leveraged ETF, kind of like what is it? FAZ, the financial bear triple X, on the financials, right? You don't want to trade this. You really don't. I mean, you're gonna get lucky at some point, but you don't want to trade this because it's a loser. It's designed to steal your money, kind of like the perpetual contract on BitMax. Don't trade it. Even if I go to FAS, the bullish version of it, for the last 10 years, it's still gonna lose you money. Like, it's bad. It's a bad instrument. You don't want to use this instrument, guys. You really don't. I mean, FAS has done fairly well. This is the triple X shares, but it didn't actually make you triple X. Like, it's actually, it's done really well. I'm a little surprised at this. These instruments are really, really dangerous. Like, you don't want to trade them. You really don't. Because the fees on it are insane. Like, you got to watch the fees. And the fees and the volatility, like I said, I got to do a whole video on this. Don't trade leveraged ETFs. Stick to single ETFs. You can take on bigger positions. You can play options on those ETFs for if you need the leverage, but don't don't hold these. They're only meant to be held for 24 hours or less. You can trade them intraday. Trading them intraday is perfectly fine. If you're going to be a day trader and you want to use it, that's great. But you do not hold this for more than 2 days. They're kind of designed to lose you money. No. I did not admit to any manipulation on BitMax. It's just a contract that charges you a fee every like 8 hours or so. That's not manipulation. That's people not reading terms of the contract. Don't guys, don't lie about something I say. All right, let's move on. Thoughts on volatility, rank value for the last drop compared to previous corrections and reversals. I'd have to look at the VIX chart. Okay. It should be under indices. Uh, I mean, look, VIX is nowhere near as bad as it was in 2011, and 2011 was still in the bull market. And look at 2010. 2010 was still in the bull market as well. So, and volatility tends to drop hard. Now the week is almost over, so we're gonna close this week at the top. We didn't get one of these wicks. What's the sequential saying? Sequential is only on 3. VIX is fine. It's not super elevated, and it can certainly go higher. So VIX is telling us that there could easily be more downside for the market. All right, next. Do you think that was Roger BCH pump? I don't know, and I don't care. I know you tipped for an answer, but you're asking me about a specific. I mean, I don't know. I don't have a camera into Roger's apartment. Like, I have no idea. If anything, I think this was more of a Jihan pump, so he can exit his position in Bcash. I don't know. Like, Bcash is irrelevant. It's dead. It died. Like, it's over. I don't even know which one Bcash is now. There's 2 of them. And finally, Merry Christmas, Tone. Do you see possible drop from 4,200? I see a trend line since November 20th that keeps rejecting the price. I think we're going higher, guys. I still think we will go and to the vicinity of 5,000. That could be just under 5,000. That could be as far as 5,500. I don't see us breaking 6,000, but I do picture us breaking 5,000 before we go back down. All right, that is it. Historical volatility rank for Bitcoin. I don't know. I don't have a chart of that. I didn't want this video to take too long. Oh, I got another tipped question. Sorry, Ben, missed yours. Let me see what you say. In respect of traders who are currently sitting underwater on altcoins since December 2017, to what extent does morality and empathy feature into your subjective advice? It really doesn't. Given the size of your audience, it really doesn't, guys. I've been telling you not to touch shitcoins since before I started my own YouTube channel. I'm sorry. I don't have sympathy for those that held it. You should not have held it. You should not have pumped that stupid bubble. It's like having sympathy for people that were holding the .coms that didn't have any customers or clients or developers or anything beyond the website. I'm sorry. I don't have sympathy for that. We tried to warn you. It's kind of like everyone made fun of me for not becoming rich by participating in the pump. I like my morality where it is. I did not want to participate in the shitcoin pump. I've never even, I've never held a single, piece of Ethereum. I don't know. Is that, do we call those Vitaliks? I don't know. Like, what do you call that? What do you call the smallest piece of Ether? Is it a Vitalik? I don't know. I've never even held one of those. I've been made fun of for not, making any money in the shit coins. So I'm sorry, I will not have sympathy for those that are losing money in the shit coins for all the crap I had to deal with from the opposite side of the same people. So no, I really don't. And it doesn't factor into my analysis. All right, guys, I will call it a day, and good luck trading. Let's see where the price of Bitcoin is. We did go into the next hour. The next hour is ticking back down. We are at 39.71. That's okay. I like this little pump because of the 12-hour chart. The 12-hour chart has done us very well. I like this 1-2-4 candle correction. It was a 2-candle correction. We've now pumped to the upside. Hopefully, I'll wake up tomorrow morning and we will be above the setup trend line. Closing above the setup trend line sets us up beautifully for the countdown phase. Though, according to actual DeMark, not being able to close the 9 above the phase is this 9 is more likely to lead you to a 9 in the opposite direction. However, I still like this because the daily chart remains bullish to me. On this note, we are at 1,400 viewers. Thank you guys. You joined us a little bit late. I'll just do a quick update on Unconfiscatable. I'm also planning on doing a London workshop in February. More details to come. Just keep in mind. And Unconfiscatable, we do have to replace Willy Woo. Unfortunately, he is now no longer able to make it. And we will replace them with the best person I can find. And down to 36 tickets at the current price. So jump on that. 1 VIP ticket left at 0.3. Though we probably add a few. Some people registered, didn't pay. So whoever pays first will get in. All right. I'm going to open up some more poker seats Sunday or Monday going into Christmas. Give you a bit of a Christmas present. We're going to open up 10 to 15 seats more. All right, guys, that's enough. Way longer than I thought. Good luck trading. Have a good Christmas. Happy holidays. And I will see you all on the next one.